The Indian education sector provides a tremendous opportunity and indeed a number of challenges.
Is a very, very important day for Indians, the Gandhi Jayanti, and I'm so pleased that we're able to start today this first conclave on this very special day, and just thinking about the important focus that Gandhi placed on education and the way in which it can change lives and change futures and change worlds. Education is in our DNA. We generally take lots of bright young things from university or from college every year. We train them up as accountants and tax advisors. We train them up as corporate financiers, and they go out into other organisations and they help solve business problems. And in our way, we're making a difference every day to industry and to the lives of the people those industries have an impact on. But it goes much, much deeper than that. And for the last 10 years in the UK, education has been at the heart of our CSR initiatives as well. We were one of the founding supporters of the Teach First movement, and we run our own Deloitte employability scheme in colleges like Ash's to support young people to learn the softer skills and some of the skills that our clients tell us that young people come out of college, school and university not having. So, being on time, working as a team.
I run a company which is completely based on talent, and every day the main issue that comes up to me as chief executive is we don't have this, we don't have that capability, we're short of skills in this specific area. So it's obviously something which plagues us as a company, and it plagues us as an industry. Coming out of school today, they're being taught by teachers who probably learned their subjects 30 years earlier, and they have to apply it in the next 50 years, and nobody knows what the world will be like in the next 50 years. So it's actually impossible to provide people with content or with information in a way that it can actually make them useful or productive as citizens or as members of the world today. Essentially, the entire education system that we need today is more about how to learn, that we have to equip our children to learn rather than learn some stuff. And a whole lot of education today is about learning stuff. I mean, education typically we talk about at the skill level, but more important is attitude, and even more important is the vision that people have. So this is a IIT graduate who was very successful in the US. He came back to India to look at education in India, a guy called Balaji who works out of Chennai. He went to a village school, and one of the kids there said, oh, actually, in terms of a question on what do you want to be when you grow up, said, I want to be an astronaut. And this teacher promptly shut him up, saying, that's only for Americans. Indians can't even aspire to be astronauts. So he immediately realized that the problem that we have is we are not even creating a vision for our children that they can be best in class, best in world across any field of choice that they have. So there is a problem in terms of vision.
India is poised to benefit from the demographic dividend. Ministers, government departments, industry, people, they are passionate about making a difference. They are passionate about learning, and they are passionate about doing something differently about skills development in India. I have watched very, very closely in the last few years the numbers which are being rehearsed. 2009, the National Education Policy, Skills Policy, is aiming for 500 million to be skilled by 2022. Dilip Chanoy, the Chief Executive of NSDC, he has repeatedly said by 2022 there are going to be 800 million individuals who are going to be of working age. Out of those 800 millions, 200 millions are going to be graduates, 100 million are not going to be engaged in any work, in any shape or form, and what will happen to 500 millions. There are three issues from my point of view. One, there is disconnect between education and the world of work. The curricula, whether it's college, schools, universities, still dated. The industry has moved on, the requirements are different, the attitudes need to be changed, but there is a disconnect. Number two, there is a lack of parity of STEAM between vocational, skills development, and academic education. India is champion in academic education. When I see people, when I go back, 9-year-olds who look like 9-year-olds with the PhDs, honestly, believe me, this is how it feels like. The graduates are coming out of the system. Parents, government departments, employers, young people themselves, they don't believe actually in vocational education and skills development. And the reason why? Because not enough has been done to raise the bar, raise the game, and the employability of those who go through the system. Number three, I have heard many ministers articulating the vision with passion, with a consistency of message, and there is a real desire to do things differently. But there is a big gap between the vision and the reality. Vision and implementation, vision and operation. So what's the solution? If there was an easy solution, we will all be doing that. However, there are solutions. If we look at a model which is a triangular model, bringing industry, employers, education, funders, the private sector together at every level of skills gaps and education development. After all, the whole purpose of education and training is about economic growth and social mobility.